Hi everyone, Maria here. So today in this video we're going to take a look at a popular TV series called Derry Girls. And often enough my students ask me, what are they saying and what is going on in this TV series? It's so understandable that you can't understand much of what they're saying. It's because they are using a lot of slang and their accents are much thicker because they're from Northern Ireland, which is in the north of Ireland. Luckily enough, I'm from Donegal, which is right beside Northern Ireland, so I'm able to analyse the language they use and show you a little bit about what they're saying in the videos. So, as the title of the series suggests, it's located in Derry, which is in Northern Ireland, and it follows a group of girls. So it's Erin, who's the main character. She's 16 years of age, and she hangs out with her three friends. One of her friends is called Michelle, and Michelle has an English cousin, and he is living with her family. So together we get to see what was happening during that era in Ireland, which is known as the Troubles. So it happened for a length of 30 years in Ireland and just shows the dispute and the conflict between the Protestants and the Catholics. And it is done beautifully with great music in between it all. For example, music from Dolores O'Riordan, from the Cranberries, as many of you may know. And yeah, it follows them and shows what life was like in Derry at that time through the use of humour. So we're just going to take a look at the first clip where we have the main characters planning the trip to Paris. So take a look at the intonation and expressions and I'll play it for us now.
Oh God, don't tell me Shirley and Kevin has gone. She is dying about herself. Oh, I'm so good looking. Oh, I'm so popular. If there ever was a more shallow, self-absorbed, genuinely unpleasant human being to be with.
Hi, Erin.
Hi. Good. Grand. Not too bad. Can't complain. Is the answer I'd have given if you'd asked who I was.
So that's a quick snippet, and that has a lot of expressions that we use in Ireland. So the first one that she said, what Erin said, was she's dying about herself. So we can say other words for that too. We can use the adjective cocky. If you're dying about yourself, you're really cocky. Or you can say you're really full of yourself. So that's the first thing that Erin said. The second thing then they were talking about, she was just saying, oh, I'm so good looking, oh, I'm so popular. Here she is mocking her. So when she couldn't hear her, she was mocking her behind her back. But then once she turned around, she pretended like she was saying nothing and was like, hi, grand, good, not too bad, can't complain. And these are all different expressions that we use in Ireland. And just note, in Ireland, we don't say, I'm good, I'm bad. We actually say, not too bad, which means good, and not too good, which means bad. So it's the opposite way around. So in this clip, they're actually approaching their class head, the person that represents them, and they don't really like this girl too. So they approach her to ask a little bit more about this trip to Paris. She says, I'm not going to say this in French. Bonjour tout le monde. So you can see here in the clip, Michelle says,
Wise up, Jenny.
wise up. So we use the expression wise up and it means cop on. Like, don't be talking silly talk. Let's hear it again.
Bonjour tout le monde. Comment allez-vous? Wise up, Jenny. Where do we say?
Here.
Hold on, stop the fucking ball.
Clearly tell that she does not like this girl by the tone that she's using as well. The girls are really on a mission to go on this Paris trip, but they know that there's an issue with money. They heard about this trust fund their family should have, so they go back home, they ask their mother, and the mother says something that's quite Irish, very, very Irish in Northern Ireland. So let's take a look at that clip.
Step into your trust fund, of course. No bother at all. Pass us in the phone. I just need to ring the bank.
What was it now? Oh, aye. Catch yourself on.
She's asked about the trust fund. Her mother's joking, saying, oh yeah, we have a trust fund, we have a trust fund. And she says, catch yourself on, catch yourself on. So like the previous clip, it's also like cop on, wise up. It's different ways of saying, don't be silly and have a bit of sense. Let's hear this one more time.
For the password. What is it again?
What was it now? Oh, aye. Catch yourself on.
Catch yourself on. I'd also just like to note as well that in that video, they said, aye, catch yourself on. So as well in Northern Ireland and in Donegal, they say aye for yes and no for no. So we're going to take a look at the final and one of the best clips because it really sums up an Irish family, a household, when you're trying to get a takeaway. So let's take a look at it.
Okay, that's one portion of red fish, one portion of white fish. 2 bags of chips.
No. 2 bags won't be enough.
2's plenty, Joe.
4.
And
Four
Father's
should
getting
cover
really
us.
frustrated
3 then,
because
we'll
everyone's saying
compromise.
different
I'll
numbers of
compromise
bags
you
of
through that
chips.
window.
That's enough, Dad.
The tight bastard's trying to starve us all, Mary.
Okay.
So that's a typical family in Ireland when you're trying to decide how many bags of chips we need between everybody. So one person's saying 4 bags of chips, the other person saying 5, the other person saying 6, and there's a big argument. And just note as well that we say chippy in Ireland for a chip shop or a chipper. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can have a better understanding of Derry Girls, the way they speak, the slang, and we'll see you next time.